Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Well, Ben's in the shop working on his knife. He's working on John's knife. It's a knife that he got commissioned to make. He's a little bit behind schedule, but it's looking pretty good actually. It's a Montana. And he's in there hand sanding, but he's taking a break because I'm out here processing wood scales. This is koa, and this stuff is beautiful. This is all curly koa, and then this here is got a burl with a little bit of curl and wave in it. But these are sets. If you look at this here and this match. This is the odd one out, but then these 5 here all match, and then these 2 match. And really, I mean, they're just turning out great. Look at that. That is awesome. Oh yeah, and there's a scrap piece there. Ben uses those. This is a really thin piece of black ash burl that was left over from processing scales a while back, and it's dyed and stabilized. But it's really thin. He uses them for bookmarkers. So it's really cool. I like that idea. But anyhow, so what I wanted to do is, while we're processing stuff, this buck tool video came out a little while back about it. This thing's been working out really good. We got the shop vac hook up to it, put a little clamp on here. It's turning out to be a really useful brace. The bench top sander. It's working really good. I like it. But there'll probably be a follow-up video on it later on. So I don't want to do any spoilers. But today's video is a new tool that I got for the 14-inch jet bandsaw. So I thought I'd take you guys in here, show you what it looks like, because I haven't opened it up yet. And I want to use it today for processing more wood. So let's get going. Hey guys, okay, of course, previous video, I'll put a link up above, description down below where I bought this. This is the Jet 14-inch bandsaw. It's been working out really, really good. I am so pleased I bought this. I still have the same 1014 TPI on here that I started with. It's been about a month and a half now since I've got this up and running, or maybe 2 months now at least. Not sure how the video is going to come out, but it's been at least 2 months, I'd have to say. But one of the things is it comes with the guide. It comes with, I got one of these things so you can run it across, make sure your material's straight, which is good when you're doing wood. I don't use it for metal because it's just too loud. It chatters too much. I actually just use a piece of plywood to help push against the steel to get it into the blade. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is being able to process wood on this next. Because, I have been using the Delta table saw, and it's been working out great. I've had it for years. I've had that for a better part of 8 or 9 years now, and it works great. But there's 2 things. One, it does take a little bit more material out of the wood when you're splitting them in half to make a block of wood a book match set. I'm processing a whole bunch of this stabilized wood that I have right now. I have, as you saw, koa. And over here I have spalted maple, I have burled maple, I have quilted maple, I have stabilized palm. So I'm processing all of it, and most of it's pretty thick that I could rip it off on a table saw and be fine. But some of them are a little bit thinner, and I don't want to remove too much material. So if I can remove just enough, I might be able to even get 2 sets of scales out of a piece of wood. Normally I like to keep my wood somewhere around 3/8 of an inch thick, because in this way I can use that wood, depending on the size of course, but it's about 1.5 inches or 1.75 by say 5.5. And if it's about 3 inches thick, 3/8 of an inch thick, or 10 millimeter, I can use them for my rogues, my Montanas. I can use them for jaspers. I can use them for kitchen knives. So they have a lot more use. Some of the wood though, is like this piece here, it's pretty small. This is only about 4 inches. This will be good for jaspers and skinners, but it wouldn't be good for any of the other knives. But it's still pretty thick. But being that it's thick, after I sand it, let me see what this is. This is 1.5 inches. So if I can sand this down and I can cut this up, there's a good chance I can get 2 sets of scales, 2 sets or 4 pieces out of this one block of wood. But when I use the table saw, that's not always the case. But now that I have the bandsaw, I have a wood blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out this and put a brand new wood blade on there, but I am going to connect this. I got this a little while back. Actually, Mrs. CK Knife and Tool bought this for me. to help me process. Now, one of the sticklers that when you buy a saw like this, you would think it would come with everything you need, but it doesn't. Like you saw in the previous video, the update to this, it didn't even come with oil for the gearbox. I didn't even know it needed oil, but you'd think if it did, they would provide it. They give you 2 blades, so you'd think the least they could do is give you oil. Well, the other thing is, for the price of this saw, you would think that it would come with everything you needed to process wood and metal. They give you the little guide. They give you this, which, you know, it's nice. It's not the fanciest. There's definitely there's like KREG or somebody like that. I forgot the name, of woodworking ones. They make these really nice and very precision. But for what you're getting, you'd think, okay, well, they give me that. But why don't they give you anything here to put a fence across so you can process wood? Well, that's where this comes into play. I got this off of Amazon. There'll be a link down below. I'm unboxing it today and I'm going to install it. I don't have any opinions just yet. I just want to share this with you, so I'm going to go ahead and get it started, and I'm just going to basically show you how it installs and then how the wood processing works. So let's get going. So let's see here, what do we have? This is supposed to be a pretty darn good fence, that's for sure. It's somewhere around $110, I believe, is what the price came out to being. But really, really nice. I mean, this is, boy, talk about some really thick, heavy machined aluminum. This is really something else. I got a tape measure here. It looks like this is what actually attaches to the guide that goes across the front. It'll be a ruler that's going across here, and then the knob, and then here's your fence, of course, just like this. So I'm going to have to go through the directions because I have never had one of these before. I'm just going to make sure all the parts are here and that this will install properly, because here I'll show you, you can see the holes like this. So this is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to come in right here. So you got holes right here, and it's supposed to connect. It's supposed to be universal. So I got, yep, this hole right here, if you guys can see it, this hole right here is what lines up to that. Because you see there's 3 of them there. And then it's the far right one here, and then this one right here. And they fit just like that. I'm not going to bore you with directions. I'm just going to read through the directions, make sure we have all our proper parts. I'm going to get this thing installed, and I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, we were successful. It was not that challenging. Directions were pretty clear, actually really in depth. So I give KREG a big thumbs up for that one. Now there we have. So this turned out to be really slick. I mean, oh, we're missing one thing. We got it up really nice. The only problem, what we did, it was on us, is we only snugged these down right here. We snugged those 2 down, and that's what attaches this fence. We put all this together. We got it all set up. We lined the fence with the blade, as the direction said, and then we marked with where the red, where you see that red line right there. See that red line right there? We marked that with pencil to mark, that was to be our 0 mark, if you see that. So what we did is we did this, we did that to it, and we were marking this. Well, what ended up happening is the fence was about a 1/16 of an inch this way up here, and so when we rechecked everything, we rechecked the square of the fence to the table. It was a 1/16 off. We swung it over, but we'd already put this tape on. So this tape is technically like a 1/16, 32nd-ish off. So as Benny's cleaning this all up to make sure we got good, because that wax that I use, the lube tube here by Lennox, the lube tube works really good. It's helping the blade out and everything, as far as I know. But it does get into everything, as you'll see here. There's all this gunk that's around inside the notch where that little table sits in there. So really nice so far. Really pleased with it. Like I said, we made that one mistake ourselves. That's on us. No biggie, but it's like a 16/32 right in there. It's just something that we're aware of, so that's not a problem. Oh, hey, look who's back. He's back from his run. Hey, they went for a run and a little rollerblading action. So, so anyhow, so yeah, we're gonna get some wood here and we're gonna cut it up and see how it goes, because. Appreciate it. Only time will tell. I don't see there being any big issue with this KREG. It's got a really good brand name. Again, description's down below. That's about it, guys. Got any comments, any questions? Leave them down below. Until the next video, you all take it easy. Have a good one. We'll see you then. Bye.